Hi students, welcome to round 3 of the Mimic Social Simulation. In round 3, we're going to skip the Scenario Inbox and Notifications Hub and jump right into analyzing our results from the previous 2 rounds and then creating a few sample posts for our last organic social post round. Once I click on my results, I can see that I'm automatically taken to round 2, but I can click on round 1 to review this information as well. So if I come back to round 2, and I see that the Post Analytics and Facebook platform are already selected, if I scroll down, I can see each of the posts that I made on Facebook in round 2. However, since I now have 2 rounds of data, I would like to look at both rounds together to see if I can start noticing any different or new patterns or trends. So if I click on Post History and then click on Facebook, I can scroll down and see that I have all of the posts created from both rounds 1 and 2. If I sort my posts based on the highest number of impressions down to the lowest number of impressions, it looks like I've got 7 posts here that I made over the course of 2 rounds. And let's see if I can start identifying some patterns, some trends. What do I notice? The first thing I notice is the post that did the best was a sale. So here I had a flash sale, grab your favorite buoy bag for 35% off. This had the highest number of impressions as well as the highest revenue. The second post is looking at Thanksgiving travel plans. Following this, looking at weekend plans. So a keyword that jumps out in both posts 2 and 3 is talking about making plans. My fourth post, the craziest item you found in your child's backpack. One thing I noticed is that all 4 of my posts from round 2 did better than the 3 posts that I made in round 1. So this does tell me I am improving in my posts. So let's take a look at Instagram now. Let's see if some of the items that I noticed from Facebook are also holding true in Instagram. Well, my flash sale from Facebook had the highest number of impressions and the highest revenue. However, my flash sale for Instagram is under the craziest item found in your child's backpack this semester. Somehow this post created 17,000 impressions and $1,280 in revenue. At this point, I'm not sure why this post did the best. Let's keep going. So my flash sale here was the second best post. Then we've got talking about our travel again, so travel Thanksgiving plans. We've got enjoying the beautiful fall weather, weekend plans, work trip location. So I can see that my posts talking about travel and outdoors are doing well on Instagram. Unfortunately, my post here about back to class, starting the year off with my fashion-forward messenger bag, is still the lowest post. Let's go back over to Facebook real quick. If we look at Facebook again, we can see that enjoying the beautiful fall weather is a little bit lower on Facebook than it was on Instagram. This could be based on our market profiles. So potentially my audience on Facebook is interested in traveling, but not necessarily traveling outdoors. So this is interesting to note that maybe on Facebook, I focus on travel in general, whereas on Instagram, I can talk about traveling outdoors potentially a little bit more. Hopefully you will be able to go through all of the different platforms and analyze your posts. And again, hopefully you have significantly more posts than I do to start creating different patterns and trends in the data. For round 3, what I want to focus on in round 3 is creating posts for specific audiences. So how do I determine which audiences I should focus on? I can come over to my scenario overview and look at my market profile. So in my market profile, just as a quick reminder, I'm given each of the different customer personas, and I can see information about each one. One thing that I notice is Daypacker Tom creates 30% of my market. So in round 3, I'm going to create more posts that focus on Daypacker Tom to see if I can increase my metrics for this round. All right, so for this round, I'm going to create 3 different sets of posts for us, and then we can review these metrics once we hit run simulation quickly. To start with, I'm going to click on Instagram and enter Wednesday Wisdom. Bring style to the office. Take your hashtag buoy bag to work. Hashtag Wednesday Wisdom, hashtag work bag. So for this post, I'm going to create this content partly for Daypacker Tom, because he is looking to carry his work essentials as easily as he is his camping gear. So this does hit the work aspect of Daypacker Tom. And then I'm also going to hit the up-and-comer Raj market profile because he's focused on carrying a messenger bag with his laptops and work documents, traveling for work. So we can see that up-and-comer Raj and both Daypacker Tom are interested in work-related products. For my media, I'm going to enter work, see what options come up. I think I'm going to select getting through work, just an image of a woman wearing a Boeing backpack. I'm going to schedule this post for Wednesday at 11 a.m. Because it looks like the up-and-comer Raj profile and the Daypacker Tom profile are also on Facebook, I'm going to go ahead and duplicate this post over to Facebook. I'm going to post it on the same day at the same time. So I can click schedule all posts and I see I've got my 2 posts created. My second sample post this time, I'm going to focus on the outdoors and what we're doing this weekend. So visiting the great outdoors this weekend, what essentials are in your buoy bag? So this time I'm focusing a little bit more on my Daypacker Tom profile. Daypacker Tom is an avid hunter, camper, and hiker, so we know that he likes the outdoors, but he also wants a bag that helps him feel prepared, qualified, and pumped. So if I come back to my post, we can see that I'm posting about the outdoors and talking about essentials, which will hopefully help him feel prepared. So I'm going to click on my media. And this time, I like the confidence in this young lady here, so I'm going to pick a woman wearing a hoodie, headband, and backpack. She's in a forest, so outside, has a confident gaze. All right, because we're talking about weekend plans and being in the outdoors, I'm going to schedule this post for Thursday at 5 p.m. So by the time Thursday comes in the evening, many of us are focused on what we're doing for the weekend. So buoy bags will take advantage of that. I can go ahead and duplicate this post over to Facebook. So my outdoor posts have not done as well on Facebook as they've done on Instagram. So this time I could change my caption. Instead of saying visiting the great outdoors this weekend, I could say something about what are your weekend plans? What essentials are in your buoy bag? I could do hashtag weekend, hashtag weekend plans, and I'll take away hiking. So we'll see if we can generate additional interest in this post. Even though, yes, we have an individual who's outdoors, our caption is focusing on what are your weekend plans, what essentials are in your buoy bag. So I can hit schedule all posts. And the last post I'm going to create is coming back to a work post. So again, my work post focuses on my day packer Tom. It also hits the up-and-comer Raj profile, as well as a couple other market segments. So back to school, Mindy talks about a messenger bag. Up-and-comer Raj talks about a messenger bag. Daypacker Tom specifically looks at a backpack, but still talks about work essentials. City Hopper Sue mentions a messenger bag as well. So in this post, since I mention messenger bag, I'm hitting several different market segments again. So my media should probably be something about a messenger bag. And for this one, unfortunately, I am out of money. So I'll pick the Hendrick Messenger. This post I am going to run again on Thursdays, but this time I'll run it at 8 o'clock in the morning on Instagram. I will duplicate it over to Facebook, but I should get better engagement on Facebook at 9 a.m. instead of 8, so I'm going to update the time from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. and click schedule all posts. So I can see that I've made a total of 6 posts. They have been cross-posted to Facebook and Instagram. One post I changed nothing. One set of posts I changed the caption just briefly. And the third, I changed the time of day that the posts are going to run. So we'll see if I'm able to hit my market segments accordingly, or if I'm going to need to make more adjustments going forward. I've also used all of my budget, so I've got $0 remaining. I can go ahead and click Run Simulation and run my simulation. Okay, so I can see in round 3, I'm on my post history. I click on Facebook and I can see just briefly that the 3 posts I created for Facebook this week did not do as well as the posts from the previous week. If I click on Instagram, I notice again that my posts did not do as well on Instagram. Actually, I have a new lowest post here looking at the great outdoors. It looked like some of my outdoor posts did better previously, and this one did not do so well. So once we get to the next round, we will start looking at the analytics for round 3. Hopefully your posts for this round will do better than mine. Good luck, everyone.